NetCat. Let us start with week 1 of CIS lab, which is NetCat. NetCat is a command line utility that reads and writes data over the network connections using TCP or UDP protocols. It is built as a secure backend tool and it is available for Linux, macOS, and Windows. We can use NetCat to debug and monitor network connections, scan open ports, and transfer data over the network connections and security assessments. Next, we'll see downloading and installing NetCat on Windows. So, to download the NetCat package, first we need to navigate to nmap official website and then go to downloads. So here is the nmap official website and this is the link. Then we have to go to downloads, uh, and on reaching downloads, we have to choose the OS we are currently using. I'm currently using Windows. I'm going to choose Windows, and then we should click on the latest version, latest stable release self installer. Here my version for now is 7.94. I have to click it, and let's wait for it to get downloaded. It gets downloaded. We have to go to our file explorer and downloads, and we will find nmap. We have to right click on it, click it and right click on it and run as an administrator. So on running as an administrator, we get a screen like this. We have to click on I agree to all the terms and conditions and choose whatever components we want to install and click next. We can browse where do we want to place this, or wherever the destination folder is, and then we can click on install. So these files are being installed, and these are all the steps which are shown in the PPT. After the installation is complete, we have to do the next step. So in this step, we have to open our Windows terminal or command prompt and run the following command to check if the installed NCAT version. ncat-v. We have to display the help page using the command ncat-h. If you want to check the netcat is really working or not, open two terminal windows and run the commands below on the first window, ncat-l and any port. And on the second window, we have to run the following command ncat-c localhost and the same port which was chosen before. Lastly, you can see that you can chat between both the windows. So these were the first week programs. After the installation of nmap is complete, we can see the implementation of this fifth step. In our terminal, we can open command prompt, and the first which is written here is ncat-v to see the version we will install. ncat-v gives the version we've installed. And if we want help, we can just type ncat-h, which gives us the help. If we want to display the implementation, then ncat-l, any port, here the port is taken as 80. For the next one, we have to open another command prompt. The other command prompt, we have to type ncat capital C localhost and the chosen port which is 80. So as you can see, a connection is established between both of them, and whenever we type a message here, we get the same message here. Whenever we type a message here, we get the same message here. So this is week 1 implementation. So we will be moving on to week 2. Week 2, it starts with port. Port in networking is a software-defined number associated to a network protocol that receives or transmits communication for a specific service. A port in computer hardware is a jack or a socket that peripheral hardware plugs into. nmap. nmap is a free, open source and multi-platform network security scanner used for network discovery and security auditing. To get started, download and install nmap from nmap.org website and then launch a command prompt. Typing nmap hostname or nmap IP address will initiate a default scan. A default scan uses 1000 common TCP ports and has a host discovery enabled. Host discovery performs a check to see if the host is online. In a large IP range, this is useful for identifying only active or interesting hosts, rather than scanning every single port on every single IP in the range. So in this command prompt or a picture which is given below, this is the input which is given and the lines below it show the output. This is how we get the output on executing this command. Then we go to the next page. The next page has state and descriptions. So these are the states and following descriptions for these states. Open state. The target port actively responds to TCP or UDP requests. Closed state. The target port is active but it is not listening. Filtered. A firewall or packet filtering device is preventing the port state being returned. Unfiltered. The target port is reachable but nmap cannot determine if it is opened or closed. Opened or filtered. An nmap cannot determine if the target port is open or filtered. Closed or filtered, nmap cannot define or determine if the target port is closed or filtered. Nmap port scanning commands. The hyphen open parameter. In any of the commands below, you can specify the hyphen open parameter in your nmap command to have nmap only show you ports with an open state. nmap hyphen open IP underscore address or the IP address of your system. Scanning a single port. nmap hyphen p 80, then an IP address will be given. This command will initiate a default scan against the target host and look for port 80. So this is how we give the input and this is how we get the output. Its state and service is provided as the output. Scanning a specific range of ports. In this command, we'll initiate a default scan against the target host and look for the ports between the range 1 to 200. nmap-p 1 to 200, then the IP address is given. So for giving this command, we get this output. So next, scanning the entire port range. This command will initiate a scan against the target host looking for all the ports 1 to 65535. This is the input and this is the output we get. Next, scanning the top 100 ports. This is also called fast scan. This command will initiate a fast scan against the target host looking only for top 100 common TCP ports. nmap-f and then IP address is given. The corresponding input and output are shown below. Scanning multiple TCP or UDP ports. This command will initiate a scan against the target host looking only for specified UDP and TCP ports. So this is the command we use and the corresponding output is shown in the diagram or the picture. TCP SYN scan or it is also default. This command will initiate a TCP SYN scan against the target host. A TCP SYN scan sends a SYN packet to the target host and waits for a response. If it receives an ACK packet back, this indicates the port is open. If it receives an RST packet, this indicates that the port is closed. If no response is received, even after multiple transmissions, the port is considered to be filtered. Filtered means a device or application between the source and the target is filtering the packets. Nmap -small s and capital S, then the IP address is given. So these were the concepts of week 2 in our CIS lab.